Respectfully. Yo, Happy New Year, everybody. What is going on? This is Aurie Styla on the Respectfully podcast. Happy New Year, Trudge.
Likewise, man. Happy New Year to you too.
How was your New Year's celebration? How was your Christmas? How was the whole festive season?
Festive season. Busy. I feel like I've just been going back and forth. I haven't actually had much time to chill out, I feel like. I've just been, busy. My mum's unwell, I should point that out. So I've been down and looking after her.
Prayers and wishes to her, man.
Yeah. But as I said earlier, I feel like it might be a bit of karma for the You've Been Framed thing. So,
I feel bad. When you told me your mum weren't well, I feel kind of bad now because I was there saying she's trash and all because of the You've Been Framed thing. And now, God forbid anything happens and so on. I'm looking at that clip right, it's so close together that some people that may listen and go like it's too close, they don't know the timeline, may hear this and then hear that You've Been Framed clip and go, yo, Aurie is a bit disrespectful. Nah. So I want to put this out here. I had no idea, neither of us had any idea that she was going to be in hospital and so on. So that clip was before, and has she heard it?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Gosh.
She stopped listening to anything I do now.
Oh, swear?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What about other brothers, family, anyone else?
Nah, no one else yet.
Not yet. I might be in trouble soon. I hope you're, Mrs. T, I hope you're all good in time to come. So.
Yeah. But apart from that, busy. It was busy, man. So it's good to get back to it. New year.
What did you do? What did you do on Christmas Day? Where were you?
Christmas Day. I went to see my mum in the morning. Then I went and saw my dad in the afternoon.
Yeah.
We went to a pub, which I've never been really a big fan of.
A pub on Christmas Day?
Yeah, I never liked that. Normally I just like to stay within the confines of four walls of your family. That's always been me. I've always been raised that way. But when my nan and granddad died, it just became a point where, all right, we're just gonna have to go out and get food now. So that was kind of it.
Well, I mean, you could cook.
Oh yeah,
one of you in the household could learn how to make a decent dish.
This is my family we're talking about. These guys are trying to sell me down the river for 250 quid.
Well, fair enough. Okay, all right. So it's like a Sam's chicken order for Christmas. Little bit of cranberry sauce to make it more festive. Okay, cool.
Basically. So that was Christmas Day. I saw my mum again in the evening, and that was it, really.
Okay. Yeah. What about New Year's? We're recording this on New Year's Day, 1st of January. What did you do for the countdown this morning?
Oh, my God. The most boring thing you can imagine.
Go on, try me.
So, got back from seeing my mum, got back to bed for late, and I just watched Rick Astley, and that was it. Literally just watched
Rick I saw a documentary on Rick Astley. That was, so what's the song? Everyone thought he was a black guy when he was singing.
Never Gonna Give You Up.
Never Gonna Give You Up. He was very Luther, wasn't he? Yeah, sorry. He sounds like Luther a little bit. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna hurt you now. See, was it a documentary or did you see him singing?
No, it was singing. It was like a countdown to 2024.
Okay. So was it UK that had Rick Astley singing?
Yes.
Because everyone had their certain celebrations. I know Rick Astley, I saw a mini doc leading up to him doing the countdown. I didn't realize it was for the countdown until you just said it.
Oh, yeah.
But I saw the leading up documentary about it and how he loves singing the song, and he's lived on that song for 30, 40 plus years, mate. That's what year did that song come out?
I can quickly find out, actually.
That's an old song. That is an old song. Never Gonna Give You Up must be 70s or early 80s.
Gonna Give You Up. It was 1987.
1980, that's the year I was born.
Wow.
I thought it was earlier than that. I think because it maybe came out before I was born, and was big in the year that I was born. It's anything that's older than me is automatically 75 years old. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. We're old.
But I didn't even know that song took off because of that Rick Roll thing that was going around on the internet quite a while ago.
Rick Roll?
You must have heard of Rick Roll, surely. It's someone would send you something, it'd be Grand Theft Auto 7's been released, and they'll send you a link and you open it and it's just Rick Astley, and then it's just him.
I never saw that.
You must have heard of being Rick Rolled.
No, the only thing that I know that was similar to that was when people would send you something and you open it and it's that porn sound.
Yeah, exactly that.
That sound.
It's exactly that's
really, really loud.
Yeah, that's exactly the equivalent of it.
But just off Rick Astley. That's the wholesome version.
Yeah, the wholesome version.
Yeah, I got some off-key friends. I got some off-key friends, mate. Sending me the X-rated version of things.
But yeah, I had the most boring New Year's known to man. But what about you? How was your Christmas?
Christmas was good. I I went to New York with my mum.
Oh yes, yeah. I saw the Instagram story about that.
I'll get to that in a bit. I'll recap on that in a sec. So I flew to New York with my mum, spent Christmas up there in New York with my mum, Shy's fam. It was just a nice kind of seeing a family Christmas is different for me because I come from a very kind of, some of them won't say it themselves, but it depends on where you stand. Disjointed family. Like I won't go into details, but like there are times where we've done Christmas with people that are just not like, they're not family. As much as we're married in and whatsoever, it's just not family and stuff like that. So it was nice to have it with just me and my mum, knowing that she was going to have a great time. Everybody who was here was going to have a great time. We went away and we did like the flight over there and Christmas Eve family night, but over there in Syracuse. And then Christmas Day was like a smaller family vibe, but still very much chilled. And it made me realize a lot of people in America, they do Christmas on Christmas Eve mainly. Yeah. So Christmas Day is the chilled day, but Christmas Eve is the day where all the family link up, do all the present swapping and stuff. But at like the big mama or the big dada's house or whatever. Yeah. So like where's that big home that everyone goes to? That's the one house they go every year.
Oh, right.
So, and that's a very cultural thing out there. Didn't realize it. Went out there, me and my mum are there, we're watching this, we're like, it's just so nice to feel this kind of vibe and the welcoming. It was beautiful, all the presents and stuff. And then the Christmas Day was still family, but smaller, but it was a lot more chilled, a lot more quiet. Everyone, so you can imagine, let's say everyone goes to grandmother's house, and then on Christmas Day, it's all like the kids and the mom, wait, not the kids, but like the husbands and wives and their kids will be in their house. And then the brother with her wife and kids in their house, and their house. It'll be like that on Christmas Day. Yeah. So smaller, but still a nice little family vibe. And Boxing Day doesn't exist out there. Like, not? No, they have Boxing Day sales on companies that are international. So JD Sports is now in America, particularly in New York. There's a handful, there's like 3 or 4 of them out there. Yeah. They had Boxing Day sales, even though Boxing Day isn't commonly an American thing. So I'm seeing Boxing Day, everyone's out and about just grabbing the sales, but it doesn't feel like Boxing Day where everybody's at home also thinking about doing second Christmas with other extended family members. It didn't feel like that. Yeah. So we went from Syracuse to Brooklyn. And I went to took my mom to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, she's never, she's been in New York, but when she stayed in Manhattan at Times Square. Last time she went. This time I took her to Brooklyn so she could see, not like, even though it's still New York City, it's not like city center. And then we walked over Brooklyn Bridge. That was nice. It was cold though, as you could imagine. Yeah. Walked over Brooklyn Bridge. I've done that before many a time, but it was for my mum to be able to do it so she can get the steps in and the walk in. And she's fit as a fiddle, but it's just like we were gymming and we ate good the couple of days. So we needed the steps, not just her, me as well. Go over the bridge, go see some of the sites. Went to Dumbo House, which is Brooklyn side of the Brooklyn Bridge and Manhattan Bridge. You know that picture that's upstairs? That's right next to where Dumbo House is, where everyone takes that big picture where it's the street and then you see Manhattan Bridge in the background. Yes. Right? I go there every time I'm out there because it's near where I go to the house. Yeah. Bit of shopping, ate some food, come back. It was we packed in so much that in the moment it doesn't feel like it went quick. But when I look back at it now, it's gone super fast. Yeah, yeah. It's like we left on 24th. We landed like morning of the 24th in New York. Left out like 10 p.m. on the 27th, landed 28th back in the UK. And then from the 28th up until 31st, showing Wolverhampton on the 28th. So I flew back, came here, had a nap, went off again. Flew to Wolverhampton, had a show there. Next day was Leeds. Day after that was Nottingham. Day after that, luckily again, was Nottingham again. And then, countdown, just in my car, ready to go home, driving home. Crazy. Yeah, man. I wanted to get to my own bed. Yeah. I was so tired driving back last night. I wanted to get to my own bed. I didn't want to do the whole like partying and drinking and stuff. I hadn't seen my bed since before I left. And that was even the 21st because I went to do Manchester for 3 nights. Yeah. So yeah, brother, it was a cool New Year's, but it wasn't It was very much I'm working, as opposed to me getting up and going Happy New Year and singing old Lisang, whatever it's called. I never could pronounce it.
It's overrated anyway, I think.
The song?
No, the song's fine.
Oh, New Year's.
New Year's itself, like celebrating just like the end of the, I don't know, man. I've never been a big fan of it. Like,
Nah,
I always hated it. Anytime I got asked to go out somewhere, let's go here, I was dreading it. I always just prefer, I remember my favourite times playing like SmackDown versus Raw whilst the countdown was happening.
Classic.
Yeah, man. Those are my favourite New Year's memories. Like, instead of like going out to nightclubs and that, but that's just me. I'm a bit of an introvert like that, so
fair enough. Yeah, nightclubs for me are not overrated. If you enjoy them, you enjoy them, but they're overused for me because after most comedy shows, when I was growing up in comedy in my 20s, had a after party, and you just rinsed it out in your 20s. So now, I have my Nintendo Switch with me. Can't wait to get back to my hotel to just chill. Or go get food, or go watch Law and Order. That's what I'm like after most shows. So after parties ain't it for me now. Yeah. Not to say they're bad. If you like them, you like them. But when you've done them, like if you do a job which 3-4 times a week, you're exposed to potentially 2 after parties, and you go to one of them, that's still more than a lot of people that go out clubbing. Yeah. So I'm done. I'm done with that, man. The earlier I can get back to my hotel so I can wake up and go gym in the morning, the better. Oh, mate, get Olivia Benson, Elliot Stabler, Law and Order, like Oda Finn, Tutuola. I'm there. Put that on for me. Bit of Law and Order SVU, and I can relax, man. I'll tell you what happened with the flight.
Yeah. What?
All right, I did this on my socials, but I'll say it to you on for the people who listen to the podcast. So I get onto a BA flight, and initially that flight was only 55-60% full. And I know this because I have a friend of mine who is a flight attendant and can tell me bits and pieces about how busy the flight's going to be, etc. And said, your flight's actually not that busy. I'm like, thank God. Me and my mum can sit where we're sitting. She'll be by the window. I'm in the aisle, and there's a seat between us on the left-hand side of the plane. Hopefully no one sits in between us because there's so many other seats elsewhere. One flight got cancelled, I think the day before or after, or on the day, something like that, and they had to rebook everybody onto the flight that I'm on. So when that's happened, my flight's gone from like 50% full to full. We get on the plane. We know someone's going to sit between us. It's fine. Yeah. See a guy sitting there in the middle seat when we're walking onto the plane. I know my mum's got to get past him to sit by the window. I say, yo, excuse me, bro, my mum's sitting there. Now, I say the culture only because I understand some of the teachings as to why there may have been a lack of comfort in this, but it's not to degrade anybody. He was, I believe, it's Hasidic Jew.
Oh, okay.
That was his culture.
Yeah.
So often what happens is, I've been on flights to and from New York. There's a massive community in Williamsburg. So they may go visit family elsewhere, but then go back home as well. It seemed like he was going back home to wherever he lived in New York City, right? He definitely could, I can feel the cultural differences between us. He definitely was not comfortable with having my mum and me on either side of him like that. Yeah. But when my mum said to him, hi, excuse me, I want to go sit there. He looked at her and he just got up out of the seat. Mum was like trying to say hello just to be nice. Didn't want to respond.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't want to respond.
Did not even offer to like take the aisle seat or?
No. Well, my mum wanted the window. We paid for them seats.
Oh, fair. Okay.
We paid for the seats because she always wants the window. I need the aisle because I'm broad.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
So he gets up, he gives her a look and like just lets her go in. Later on, he sits down. My mum sits down. I sit down. He's there. I didn't notice this. She did. He's digging out his nose. He's wiping it on his top. Sneezing in his hands. So many sneezing in his hands, he wiped it on his trousers, right? No. This is maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes into the flight.
Yeah.
Another 10, 15 go by, he dozes off. But the flight attendant's now gone past us. And she has tried to offer us breakfast. I'm taking it, mum's taking it. Offers him breakfast, tries to wake him up. He doesn't get up. My mum, being the woman she is just like, she doesn't want this young man to miss breakfast. She's like, excuse me, hi, excuse me. Breakfast is being offered. He's not really waking up. She tries it a second time. Hi, you're right. Sorry to disturb you. And he gets up and he looks at breakfast. He looks at her and goes, shakes his head. No words. And then goes to sleep. But then he spreads out even more and then puts his head on his fist.
Yeah.
Leans over. My mum just looked at that and said, you know what? He's tired. I'm not going to say anything. I'll leave it alone. I eat breakfast. My mum eats breakfast. He doesn't get breakfast. Yeah. Right? Then afterwards, After breakfast is all finished, the food gets collected. I get up to go to the toilet. Mum's like, I need to go to the toilet as well. I'm in the aisle, so I just can get up and go. She needs to get past this guy in the middle. So I get up and I go to where the toilet is, and I look back. I'm in the queue for the toilet, and I look back, and I can see that she's trying to talk to him. She's like, I knew it was going to be hard to wake up because what happened earlier on. She's like, excuse me. Hi, excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. I don't want to disturb you. Excuse me. Hi, how you doing? Excuse me. And he's not getting up. People around her are kind of laughing, not at her, but just how difficult it is to wake this guy up because he don't want to budge at all. I could see her trying to do that. And then after about 30, 40 seconds of shaking him and saying, I need to get past, he gets up and you see his hands moving up and down. And I see that body language. I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah. I don't want to see no waving hands in front of my mum like that. Yeah. And my mum is like stern. From that happened, she's like, yeah, you need to excuse me. I've said excuse me several times. I've been polite. You need to get out of the way, right? I know that's her attitude.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear what was happening though, and I couldn't get past because the guy's coming up the aisle now, so I can't even go down and see what the problem is. So I had to wait till the guy gets past. I see him getting up, my mum getting up, and then he blocks the aisle for her to come out again. And I see her stand there, hands down, and then just looks at him and goes, like that with her head, which I know is her saying, you need to move out of the way. Because she said it enough now and he's being rude. I don't know what has been said. When I go toilet, I come out, I come up. Mum goes toilet, comes out. I said, Mum, what did he say to you? And she goes, I asked him to get up. And when he had woken up in the end, he looked at me and said, I'm sleeping here. You need to be more considerate and climb over me. Which doesn't make sense. If you're being considerate, you're not going to climb over someone.
Exactly. That's like the worst thing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Soon as he said, my mum told me he said that, I walk up to him now. I got to him now. He's like 25 years old. Right. He's slim. He look like one of the camera stands we got in there. He's mager, 25. You got big, brawny me. I got to him and I said, yo, do we have a problem? And he goes, no, there's no problem. I said, so what happened with you and my mum just a second ago? And he goes, oh, I was asleep and she wanted to go to the toilet. In fact, she should have climbed over me. I said, my mum, who is of a certain age, is not going to climb over you to get to the toilet. One, on a plane. Two, it's not respectful to climb over people anyway. Yeah. What would have been more respectful is to ask you to get up, which she said she did, and I saw. And he goes, yeah, well, I would have climbed over. I said, she's not you. Simple as. Listen, we're on a flight. It's busy. It's packed. If she needs to get up and move, I just need you to get up and move. Can you do that? He goes, all right, I will do. Cool. I went back to where my mum is. There was someone at the front of the plane who I'd worked with before, near where the toilets were. And my mum was talking to her and I was talking to her husband and my mum as well. Just talking about what this guy was doing. Some other guy comes up to us now and he goes, excuse me, hi, was that the guy in the red hat that was talking to your mum really, really rudely? Because he had heard it as well. And I go, yeah. And he goes, you know what? He was the same guy that when we were queuing up to get on the plane, and I hadn't seen this, when we were queuing up to get on the plane, he was causing so much commotion about trying to push in that someone had to speak to him about how it's rude to push in when there's a queue of people trying to get in through the gate.
Yeah.
So this guy's already been a problem. It's this level of entitlement that this guy felt.
Yeah.
Anyway, and again, I just want to double down on this. I don't want to say the entitlement comes from maybe a cultural difference, but it definitely seemed like somebody who's not used to interacting with anybody else other than those who might already understand him. So when I'm seeing him and he's seeing me, when I talk to him, he was a bit thrown back. But the way he's talking to my mum, as if my mum was below her, and that's why I think it might have been something cultural there.
Yeah.
I don't want to like speak to that as if I know, but that could potentially be what it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, when my mum and I and the two people are talking, he then gets up and I see it from his seat and he goes to the back. He's gone to complain to the flight attendant.
Oh, okay. What's he saying? Like, what can he say?
He's gone to her. I need to move. I want to sit somewhere else. This woman was rude to me. I was sleeping and she woke me up. The flight attendant was the same one who saw when my mum tried to politely wake him up to get his breakfast. Right. And she said to him, actually, she's sitting by the window. It's a busy plane. You're going to have to get up when people need you to move. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's just how it goes on the plane. We need to look out for each other and muck in together to get by on this.
Yeah, well said.
So I see that and I'm thinking, I know how this can look. If I made sure I weren't kicking off on this plane because instantly me, big, brawny black guy, cussing out some little kid on the plane, regardless of how I felt, instantly I'm going to look bad. Anyone from a distance who doesn't know what's going on is always going to look and think the one who's loudest and shouting the worst or seems the most aggressive is the one who's always wrong. So I just say, I'm going to be polite about this. I walked to the back and I saw him again at the back. I walked to the back and I saw my mum coming after me as well to say, don't, just leave it. Just leave it alone. We'll sit down. I said, no, I'm going to have a talk with the flight attendant. My mum goes and sits down. I walk to the back and I see him again talking to her. And I said, yo, for a second time, is there a problem? Do we have an issue? He goes, shake my hand. No, there's no problem. My friend, he went to shake my hand and so on. I had totally forgotten where his hands had been.
Oh.
Digging out his nose and all of that. Yeah, totally forgot. My mum reminded me when we landed, right? Totally forgot where his hands had been.
No.
Shook my hand, right? Which in hindsight is disgusting. He then says, no, I just was saying, like she should have climbed over and so on. But honestly, we're okay. It's all good. And the flight attendant's like trying to make sure I hope there's no problems. I hope we're all good and so on and so forth, right? I go and sit down. He then says to her, can I sit somewhere else? She's like, I'll look for somewhere, but there's nowhere else on this plane. Yeah. It's full. But after about 10 minutes, he comes, he sits down. I get up. He says, I'll climb over you. I said, no, you can, I'll get up. You sit down. No need to climb over me. Cool. Then about another 10, 15 minutes after that, as I'm sitting, I think I'm just dozing off a little bit. Flight manager of the attendants comes up to me, says, hi, how you doing? We heard what happened earlier on. We just want to apologize for the way that someone has spoken to your mum. I said, don't worry, it's not your fault. And he's apologized in his own way, whether he's serious or not, I'm fine. As long as he doesn't do anything again, we'll be fine. She goes, we found another seat if you like. And either you or your mum can go and sit there. That will free up some space there. She weren't going to offer it to him. Yeah. She offered it to either me or my mum if we wanted to move. And I said, that'd be great. Where's the seat? And then they went, well, it's up in business class. And I'll be real with you. Mum almost never got to sit in business class because when she offered it to both of us, I was going to leave her there. No, because she offered it to me to make a decision. But I can't do that, innit? Yeah. So I said, Mum, look, and I played it like she's in trouble. I said, Mum, look, the attendant wants to talk to you. And then the attendant goes, yeah, miss, can you please step out? And my mum was like, what's going on? And I knew what was coming. She comes out and they go, hi, we heard what happened. We just want to apologize that you had to deal with that kind of rudeness. So we found you another seat. It's up in business class. Your son said that if you're all right with going there, you can go there. My mum was like, yeah, fine. left me in economy with Mr. Dig Out Nose. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. My God. But so I picked up her stuff. After she found her seat, picked up her stuff, took it up there. Yeah. And it was wicked, man. Yeah, it was nice. Her seat was banging. She's done business class before, but to do it without having to pay anything. Oh, beautiful. And most of the flight as well. Yeah. It was because it was like the first hour and a half of the flight that all this is going on.
So what, you're about like 7 hours almost?
It was nearly 7.5 hour flight. So 6 hours of her in business class. Oh. She was fine. The guy, when she got up, I said, all right, there's space. Can you move to the window, please? And he was like, yeah. And he moved to the window and he went to sleep. Everybody around was like, well done to you, mum. Well done. Because she weren't rude. This guy was about get up and like, why you need to learn some manners, climb over me if I'm sleeping. Yeah. And he said it and everyone else is around. I saw him go to console with, I think it was the rabbi at the back of the plane, but I don't think they flew together. Right. But I mean, I would do that as well if I knew there was a pastor on the plane, spiritual guidance. He went to go and speak to him to kind of get some guidance about keeping calm and so on. And even I remember seeing the rabbi. Even the rabbi looked at him and he said, and I heard him say, "You're on a plane. You have to move when people ask you to move." And I was like, "Good." Yeah. This kid was just entitled. Yeah. The idiot. He was entitled, man. But my mum got upgraded to business class because of it. So
yeah, I love a happy ending.
And I never had to pay a dime for her to sit there. So yeah, man, big up business class. Oh, well done. And big up to British Airways. British Airways did me nice. They looked after me. They looked after my mum. They were very polite. I will never complain about them, man. Yeah. So
yeah, man. So, well, no, that's a good story, man. It's difficult, I think, when you're in like on a plane with people. I feel like you really get to experience other cultures. And some difficult situations, for example.
I think most cultures have the same morals. The extremes of every culture differ to the extreme of one culture differs to the extreme of another.
Yeah.
And that's where you get the problems. Example, our grandparents would refer to each other in ways that would be disrespectful by our standards.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All kinds of words that would be said that we wouldn't say. But our grandparents, wherever they're from, are going to be more true to the culture that they're attached to. One, of their time when they probably didn't interact with each other as much, and two, of their country. So my grandparents are from the Cuba and Jamaica, right? My gran was born in Cuba. One of my grands born in Cuba, moved to Jamaica. The other one born in Jamaica, right? They're going to be of their cultures from what they know. So interacting with British white people, it's going to be a different thing until they've done it in long enough time. So they're just going to know what they know from where they're from. Whereas right now, even though we are two different, our heritages are two different places, and there are going to be things that I'm going to experience different from you and vice versa, we still both born and raised in Britain, so we got similarities. So they're not so far apart.
Yeah.
And the majority of us are like that.
Yeah.
But you get the extremes from one side to another, and that's minimal. It's a minimal percentage of them. And that's where you find often the people that give you the troubles or the ignorance that can cause headaches.
Yeah.
But the majority of us on a plane like that, because everybody else was fine from all different backgrounds. It was this kid. It wasn't just because of it. I don't think it was because of his culture, but I do think because of his placement within it, being around us, he may see that as initially threatening for no reason.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't been around us as much in such a close, integrated way that he then may feel like, oh, I'm a bit wary of who I am around. And then how he reacted as well was just the ignorance of who he was. So bun him. Bun him, dirty man. It was not the thing that got me the most. Forget how you spoke to my mum, because my mum could deal with it herself. It's the digging out of the nose, bruv, and the spreading the leg in the middle. You know, I'm bigger than he is. He's there spreading the leg in the middle, right, and taking up both armrests. I should have poked him in his eye, man. But I'm polite. I know what it looks like. If I start going, mind yourself, like, if I do that, if he did it to me, I wouldn't move that much.
Yeah.
And I could, so do that again. Do that again. Because he was so little, if I did it to him, it looked like I'm bullying him.
Yeah.
But because his mouth was so rude, and he was definitely pissing himself when my mum spoke to him, he was like, you're a woman, I'm talking down to you. Yeah. Disrespect. When I then stepped in and said, do we have a problem? No, we're all fine, thank you. Honestly, we're okay. We're all good, my friend.
I hate that word, I hate that phrase. When people say my friend, like,
yeah.
I don't know, there's always like some like deeper meanings to that almost. Like I don't like it. It's like
governor, mate, boss, brother.
I say mate a bit, but I try not to say it, but like
it depends on who says it. If you say it naturally, cool.
Yeah.
Like there are like my female friends.
Yeah.
Like female friends, even like my family, I might go, what? Like, oh, how you doing, babe? Babe is just, you know what I mean? Those kind of things, right?
I'll say nah, mate. Like, you know,
or mate, or bro, or cuzzy, or whatever, and it may not be related to me. But yeah, it just depends on who you are. But yeah, it's how he was. I looked at his hands. He bites his nails. You know, like your nails are supposed to be a certain length. He bites them down so they look like moon cups. That's what they look like. The man bite his nose, they look like moon cups, right? Or the popper things that Mick thought were moon cups. He had like, his fingers were like bright red.
Yeah.
So it's like he was hot and sweaty the whole time.
Oh, no.
It was weird. The guy was weird.
Maybe he just didn't like flying and that's why he was trying to force himself to sleep.
It could be that. It could be that he was agitated in that sense. But even still, man, have some decorum because not all of us like flying.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, let's go topics. What are we saying?
Right, first one. Let's start with Mr. Dave Chappelle.
Have you seen... Okay, so first thing, before I get into this, have you seen Dave Chappelle's new stand-up?
Yes, watched it this morning.
What do you think?
So good.
You liked it?
Yeah, I
thought it was good. It's always going to cause contention.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. I've got to be like... I feel quite bad saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway because I used to say like Chappelle was like my favourite stand-up comedian, right? And recently at work, I said that this girl I work with, I won't say any names or anything like that, but she said to me, "Oh, you like Chappelle?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's wrong with him?" He was like, one of the greatest comedians to ever do it. He goes, "Well, actually, I think what he said about trans people really upset me, and it upset this person and this person." I'm like, "Look, I don't want to get into this. I'm just saying he's one of my favourite comedians. That's what I'm saying. You can like him, Sam. That's fine. But I'm just saying the stuff he says is just not great. And I'm like,
So-
oh, for God's sake.
We live in a world where nuance is taken away because people's feelings need to be validated before we understand any context.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone's feelings are allowed to be had. People are allowed to feel how they feel. You're allowed to not like him. But you're also allowed to go, and because I don't like him, I want to switch him off.
Yeah.
But we're in a world now where they go, I don't like him, and thus I need everybody else to not like him.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
There are people of different faiths, backgrounds, understandings that are contradictory to the other persons that they believe. But the thing is, the beauty about our life is that we're all allowed to enjoy what we're allowed to enjoy, as long as enjoying it does not, in that moment, physically harm somebody else.
Yeah.
You can't control anyone else's feelings. Me liking Chappelle is going to upset somebody who doesn't like Chappelle and wants everybody to think like that person does. Yeah. And that's just the way the world goes, unfortunately. Has he said some stuff which is very flagrant about the LGBTQ plus community? 100%.
Yeah.
Has he said some stuff that's flagrant about like black, white, Asian? Because his wife is, he gets onto like loads of demographics.
Yeah.
In this one, he was talking about people with disabilities and so on. But the thing is, if you hear the joke out of context, which is why we're going to get into this particular story, if you hear jokes out of context where you just hear something that someone says and not understanding that there is a build-up, there is a reason they're going to this, there is a story behind it, there is some nuance attached, some context attached, you're going to hear it and go, that line is offensive.
Yeah.
But if you take away the fact that he is trying to do comedy and maybe push the line and the boundary that some people have set in place, for many who watch him, they want him to do that, not because they think that he dislikes any communities that he talks about, but because for them, it's almost, you could see it in the special that he did recently, The Dreamer. For them, he's basically saying, you know, when I talk, it's going to cause a problem. And they're like, yeah, we want to see how you cause a problem. Not because they think that he is, in essence, believably problematic against the communities he talks about from a actively aggressive standpoint, but more so having the discussions that a lot of people either have at home or have thoughts around, and then going, how can I either make this funny or how can I make this like of a gut punch enough that people see me and go, that's what I wanted Chappelle to do, because he's the one who can do it.
Yeah.
That's the issue when it comes to comedy. If you walk very safely along the lines because you don't want to offend anybody, you can't write anything.
No, I agree.
You cannot write anything. I've said hello to people on stage that are offended by me just simply speaking to them.
Really?
Because in their eyes, not because of anything I've done, they feel just by what they think is going to happen that me simply saying, how you doing, you're right, is a precursor to me taking the mick out of them because they've seen it happen elsewhere. In their mind, they've already got it built up. When you speak to me, you're going to embarrass me, and that already has embarrassed me, and now I'm offended and you are out of order for speaking to me. Like, you cannot win when it comes to this. So I watched that special and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant. Yes, he does hit on some communities and stuff. Like, there was a joke where he said, I'm not talking about members of the transgender community anymore. I'm only going to speak. In fact, I'm going to hit him with a new angle coming. And he then goes, I'm going to punch down on the community of the people with disabilities. Yeah. Right? When he did that, it's not that he has anything against them. You can tell by what he's doing. He's going, well, boy, and he puts it in the joke. If you don't want me to talk about you, I'll talk about them so you can't be offended. And then he played on the communities, people from different sections of the disability community. He said on them that they were going, I didn't come here to be taken the mick out of. I came here for you to take the mick out of trans people. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. He's playing on the idea that everybody is going to get offended and say, I didn't want you to take the mick out of me. I wanted you to talk about everybody else. It was so well done. It's not his best. That's one thing I will say. Love Chappelle.
Yeah.
Top 3 for me.
Yeah.
Not his best stand-up though.
No, I agree.
Because not because he's fallen off, but I think it felt so short. It really felt shorter than I wanted it to be. But also, I think some of the first 2 he did on Netflix, untouchable.
Yeah, I agree.
Like he did Killing Me Softly. He did For What It's Worth.
Sticks and Bones? No, was it? Sticks? No.
Oh no, you're thinking the ones after he came back on Netflix.
Sorry,
so the ones before, Killing Me Softly. Killing Him Softly is the one he did in that same auditorium in DC. He did For What It's Worth, which was great.
Yeah.
This one felt like it had elements of For What It's Worth in there. When he talked about the young boys 14 who got incarcerated for setting a building on fire. Spoiler alert, everybody. I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. It's on Netflix. You can watch it now anyway. I haven't told you punchlines. I'm just giving you context. It's got elements of that in there, but I think because he's done so many great ones that have just been up there on top, I'm not saying that these ones are terrible. They're not by any means, but it's very hard to get 3 or 4 like untouchable hours at like out the park like he's done, that if you then get like some 9, 8 and 7 out of 10s, no one can ever fault you because they were sick. Yeah. Excuse me, I just belched there. I was so unprofessional. I don't think he I will never say that anyone should have a right, anyone should not feel how they feel. Everyone's feelings are valid. But because everyone's feelings are valid, no one's right to tell somebody else how they should feel is valid. Yeah. If you like something and I don't like it, then that's how it is. I have my reasons for liking something, you cannot like it. If me liking something as a whole project, you take that as also what you're saying is you like that he does this, which makes me feel like that. It's not what I'm liking. Yeah. I can't control how you feel. The same way, there are some things, like I've had it where people say stuff, like Gervais is flagrantly disrespectful.
Oh, I've seen his latest one.
And there are people there are people like black people that don't like Gervais' stand-up because of just how he is.
Yeah. No, I've seen some clips of Gervais and I can see why, in all honesty.
Oh, there's loads of different comedians that don't, but there are some that do. And I think with Gervais as well, it's delivered so kind of blank that you're almost like, it sounds like he really believes these things in what he's saying. I'm not saying that's the case, but if someone else says I don't like it, cool. I can see, as a comedian, I'm a bit different though. I can see where comedians are building up jokes and the shock value is what they're trying to do. I'm not really a shock jock kind of fan myself, but if that's what they do, that's what they do. Big up them. It may not be my thing, but I can understand why some people like it and some people don't. And that's the place we all should be, is being able to go, well, you don't like it, cool. You like it, cool. Yeah. I don't have to like it, or I can like it, cool. I think with this, with Chappelle, it's like with Matt Rife. The same thing happened with him. Everybody loved Matt Rife because of all the crowd work stuff he did. Then he did a Netflix special of some of the stuff where he's talking about women disrespectfully. But because women built him up to be the sexy, young, funny guy, and then he then punched down on women on his material, they were like, we didn't come here for you to talk bad about us. But they were happy to laugh when he was talking bad about other people or individuals in the crowd. So I don't hear when people complain about things individualistically, but I do listen when people say some content that people do and say can be dangerous. And that's the thing that I will hear a conversation about and then question, well, how is it dangerous? What is it that has been said, etc. I may not agree on some terms, but that's where the conversation can lie. I'm not going to defend jokes, but I'm also not going to criticize them because I'm a comedian and I'm not here to do that. I've always said this, everyone has the right to make any joke they want to and any material they want to. I think cookies are coming, actually. 1 second. Everyone has the right to make any joke that they want, but come in. Sorry, we'll get back to that bit in just a sec. Our cookies here. Is that where it is? Come on. You know what? Can you just give one to Trudge and then put one on the table? Is that all right? Don't worry, you're not going to be on camera. You're good. We got Chef. Chef Shy. Come on. Big cookies in the plate. Thank
you, Shy.
This is why you got to have good people around you, man. And they're warm as well. How they taste?
Oh, unbelievable.
Oh, they're freshly baked. All right, I'll have one in a sec. I always believe that comedians can make jokes about absolutely anything, but they don't have the right to tell everybody how they should feel about them. And that's why I also there are comics that I know that are shock jocks and then get offended when the crowd are offended because they go, well, it's just comedy, you should laugh. No, you can't tell people how to feel about what you said the same way they can't tell you about what you want to say. And that's where I think we are at. People should understand comedians going to say what they're going to say and you can or cannot like it. I do like when he went into the bit about Chris Rock getting slapped and then him getting slapped. That was really good.
What the the gun that identifies a knife.
Oh my God. Because the guy he had something that looked like a gun.
Yeah.
But when he pressed the button, a knife came out. So he said a gun that he's out of order. Or it's funny.
That Jim Carrey opener as well, that killed me.
That Jim Carrey opener was crazy.
Oh.
And then, do you know what I loved about Chappelle? Everyone he talked about, everybody he mentioned, if you look at the end of the video, everybody he mentioned, whether it be the congressman who was in a wheelchair, Jim Carrey,
Jon Stewart.
Chris Rock, Jon Stewart, everybody he mentioned was in the outro video because he has relationships with people, even if he takes a mick out of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, let's talk about this particular Chappelle story.
Okay, yeah.
Read it out, go on.
So Dave Chappelle abruptly ended a show. He walked off stage after a fan pulled out a phone during the Florida gig. Now, I have seen Dave Chappelle, when was that, last year, 2 years ago? And
Where did you see him?
I saw him at the Hammersmith 2 years ago, I think it was. But yeah, it was a Hammersmith. And yeah, obviously before you go in, they have the bags because they don't like filming. A lot of comedians do this now. Not all of them, but a lot.
The ones who could afford it.
Yeah, very much. Where they basically put your phone in a bag, seal it up so you can't start posting stuff online or stuff like that. But yeah, Chappelle was one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously someone's got their phone out during his set. He's noticed it and just walked off.
Good.
I mean, I don't know if that was to protect his set or I don't know.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. I wouldn't I'm not faulting him for it at all.
I think some people's complaints are. I saw somebody who doesn't. This is where I don't listen to a lot of people online anymore that don't want to read. Someone said, "Well, if that's the case, why didn't he just make sure all the phones got locked away?"
Yeah,
he did. And then that same person, I was reading the thread where, well, some people need to have their phones because of emergencies and stuff. Then don't go to the show if you need to have your phone. Go to a show where you can keep your phone on you. This isn't that show. Yeah, but what if they want to see Dave Chappelle? They follow the rules. So people will try to make things work for them in any way possible. Bend the rules, break them. And then when the rules are broken and Chappelle goes, well, if that's what you're doing, I'm going to walk off. Yeah. Because part of the rules are you cannot record this show.
Yeah.
For the very reasons we've been talking about. Things get taken out of context. And you try to ruin bits before they're input into the context of what a show is. And I've been to a Chappelle show. I've been to loads of shows where you have to put your phone away. I've been to shows where I'm friends with the act. And I know them and still phone away. Yeah. If it's one that you lock your phone in a bag, phone away. And you have to do it. Yeah. So good. I'm glad he did that. Maybe it will stop people from actually breaking those rules. And I hope that everybody looked and found who the person was. And then, they piled on that person for ruining it for everybody else. Yeah. Rightfully so.
No, I agree.
Rightfully so. And if I was him, the amount of people the amount of times that I get attacked in the news for doing what I do, if I was him, I don't want no one filming me out of context. I don't want no one having access to me in the way they feel they should. Like, remember when he got attacked on the stage? Yeah. Someone at the back had a camera.
Oh, yeah, because it went, viral.
It went viral. So, well.
He done the right thing.
He definitely did. What's next for him, do you think?
I don't know. Take a bit of a break again and then probably do one more special. I'd say. I don't know. How many more is he going to do? That's the thing.
I don't think he's going to do another special next.
You know?
I think he's going to do what he did with Earthquake and put on other people that he works with.
Oh, right.
So they can get their specials out on Netflix.
Yeah.
Do you know who Earthquake is?
No. DJ Earthquake?
No. He's a comedian.
Nah, don't know him.
Earthquake is one of the best comedians in America.
Oh, right.
One of the most underrated comedians.
Yeah.
And I'd seen Earthquake from a long time ago. I had a DVD of Earthquake.
Oh, wow. Okay.
DVD.
Yeah.
But I'm a comedy fan, connoisseur. Yeah. It's what I do for a living.
No, that's good. That's a good way to be.
So I had this DVD of Earthquake from years ago. And it was killer. And I was like, this guy's great. And when I had the DVD, he was already like 20 years in the game. He has his own comedy clubs and everything. Bro, Earthquake is a big boy. Do you remember Everybody Hates Chris.
Yes.
Do you remember the uncle, right, that used to come in?
Yeah.
Small eyes, bald head.
Yeah.
He used to go, "Hey, big man," all the time.
Yeah.
That's Earthquake.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Beast of a comedian. And what I love about what Chappelle did is Chappelle had the opportunity to showcase other comedians, and he showcased Earthquake. Earthquake's got an hour on Netflix. Watch it.
Has he? Okay.
It is so good.
I always thought it was quite good with like watching people's specials on Netflix. That's one I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It's produced by Chappelle.
Yeah.
And then Earthquake comes on, he does his thing.
All right.
And it's killer. And you know what I liked about it? It's not like old material that I've seen of Earthquake. It was him talking about like new stuff about him coming out of the pandemic. And he done it so well.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Typical like old American guy, funny.
Oh, I love that.
Funny, man. You'll like it, man.
Like during lockdown, a friend of mine gave me a load of Def Jams to watch. Oh my God. Some of that stuff, I literally like studied that. It was so good.
Which ones do you remember as your favorite?
Oh, I think Cedric the Entertainer was on one of them. He was good. Obviously, I know he like kind of, he's very well known, I know, but
Yeah, Ced was already big when Def Comedy Jam was out.
yeah. Oh, I can't remember anyone else now. It's great. I literally have a whole notebook on it, like what their opener was and everything. Oh,
You were studying?
Yeah, I was studying. So I had nothing else to do in lockdown because I was like, I still am like an open mic comic. So I'm just trying to like learn from some like some of the greats, if you will. So yeah, it was good to study and like actually learn what people's openers are, because that's what I always found hard, like openers and that. So yeah, it was good to watch. I still got so much more to go through as well. So
Okay. See, look, there's when the guy attacked him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was.
He's got those homeless dreads.
When he said he tried to be funny and he couldn't, but then Chris Rock came out and said, "Was that Will Smith?" And he said, "All right, Chris, fine." That killed me.
Yeah, it was good, man. I still don't know how he gets away in the venue with smoking, you know. Like
He pays a fine.
Oh, does he? Oh, fair, okay.
Pays a fine. I've seen him do small venues. Pays a fine.
Oh wow. Oh, crazy.
But some small venues will try their absolute best to hide it
Yeah,
because they just want Chappelle in the room.
for sure.
Having Chappelle in the room means if he smokes, he smokes. So what? It's
Yeah.
Chappelle.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
I'll move on. I'll stick with the comedians. So
Hey,
so
I love this. I love this woman.
yeah, Rosie Jones. I think I've got mutual friends actually. I've never actually met her. I do. I've seen her stuff. I like it. Obviously.
Never met her.
I've never met her.
She is amazing.
Is she?
She's
Yeah.
such a lovely, warm person.
Yeah.
Every time you see her, always like just greeting and smiling and so on.
She yeah, so there was Big Fat Quiz of the Year, and she was on a team with Catherine Ryan. And honestly, I checked this myself. Yeah, if you go on Twitter and type in her name, nothing. I couldn't see one single positive thing. It was literally just like all abuse. I'm not even surprised.
All right, hold on. Let's give context.
Yes.
Rosie Jones, a stand-up comedian from the UK. She also has cerebral palsy. So when people see her on like panel shows and so on, her cerebral palsy also affects her speech and the speed of her speech as well. So what tends to happen is you get the horrible people that are online that watch her, and they just, because they can be keyboard warriors, they say, you know what, I'm going to go to Twitter, go to Facebook, and I'm going to make comments about her. She's funny.
Yeah.
You watch her do her stand-up, she's funny. I've worked with her so many times. She's so funny.
Yeah.
And, but again, there are people that can't get past their ableist prejudice. So yeah, especially those who fully believe that the only reason that she's on these shows is for a diversity quota.
Yeah.
They always think that you're just putting her on these shows because she is someone who has cerebral palsy and you're ticking a disabled checkbox, which is not true, because she has definitely earned her stripes.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, these are the comments that were going on. And if I'm right, I haven't spoken to her or seen her since this has happened, because, I mean, it's only been recently, but she's decided to take, is it time away from comedy or time away from social media?
Probably everything.
All right, let's have a look. So she was on, what show was it? Have I got news for you?
Big Fat Quiz of the Year.
The Big Fat Quiz of the Year. Sorry, my apologies. So she was on Big Fat Quiz of the Year, and then went on Twitter, and then all of the, like, loads of people on Twitter were just being ableist. Rather, if you don't like someone, you don't like someone. But when you start to spew hate and you're attacking somebody's medical condition and state of ability, that's when you then are crossing a very disgusting line. So
it's crazy. Like I have some comedians I'm not really big fans of, but I'd never even consider going on Twitter saying, "Oh, they're not funny," or "I don't like them." Like, just like, that's
if
my
you don't like
opinion.
someone, don't just then turn them off.
Yeah,
there is an off button.
Yeah.
But they took to Twitter and said, "You know what? I'm gonna attack her and take the mick out of her cerebral palsy." So, all right, we're back. We had a technical difficulty. Sorry about that, guys. And I had to eat a cookie. Anyway, Rosie Jones. So what she had said, you zoomed in, perfect. Initially on the 18th of December, she said, "Thank you for all the lovely messages about the Raw Variety last night. What fun. Less of a thanks to the not so lovely ones. Comedy is subjective, and it's okay if I'm not your cup of tea. But please remember the differences between personal preference and downright ableism." There you go. She's talking to people that don't know how to just say, "I don't like your comedy," or "I don't like you because you are disabled or you have cerebral palsy and I'm attacking you because of that, which is mean and unfair."
Yeah.
Because she can't control that. And then that was the 18th of December. She then retweeted that same thing with a quote on top of it on the 28th of December, 10 days later. Rinse and repeat. So obviously this has happened again. Different telly shows, same old ableism. Thanks for the support, but I'm going to lie low for a bit and sink into the perineum of Christmas and New Year. Rosie is such a lovely person.
Yeah.
She's bubbly. She's upbeat. And she also does not throw her cerebral palsy in your face.
Yeah.
That's one thing. So when people are drawing it out on Twitter, it's not because she's there throwing it at you. It's because they have an issue with being able to handle and understand somebody with cerebral palsy and are too ignorant to want to learn.
Yeah.
All they want to see is what they see, as opposed to seeing that she's a person who also has cerebral palsy, but is a person first, comedian second. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
What her affliction is her affliction, but she lives her life absolutely fine in terms of like going out there, doing comedy, not asking for people to be sorry for her. So yeah, people that have issues always will have issues because they themselves are just problematic.
Yeah.
Criticism of Jones appeared to be exacerbated by fans defending Ricky Gervais, or those comparing the two. See, why would you compare Ricky and her?
No idea. No idea at all. As I said, I've seen Ricky's latest stand-up.
The one on Christmas Day, Armageddon.
Yeah.
Good?
I've got to be honest, I saw his warm-up show in St Albans, right? And I thought that was really good. That's like one of the best things I've seen. I watched Armageddon. I think I got like 35 minutes into it. And I was like, wasn't feeling it in all honesty. And like, I'm not going to lie, it was very poorly edited. But yeah, that's just me.
Here we go. Rosie Jones, Furor has exposed, Furor has exposed a depressing reality. A significant number of people in this country really would prefer it for visibly disabled people to hide away at home. Big facts. That's very true. That's very true, and it's sad that that's the case.
Yeah.
They're fine with disabled people, you know. They just don't want to have to see or hear them. I think a lot of them also sit there and go, it's a woke society. You're just trying to hire everybody who ticks a checkbox. They actually believe that.
Yeah.
And to some degree, we've spoken about this before. There are sometimes, not in this case, but sometimes initiatives where companies go, we have not been doing enough of A, so we're going to do A by overcompensating with B.
Yeah.
That's not what happens in this case. Rosie is a great comedian, a great person, and has a unique story to tell. She's really, really good, really funny, and such a laugh to be around, honestly. So, yeah, those people that have issues and problems, they need to look at themselves. And why would you need to go to social media to show a barrage of hate for somebody who isn't doing you anything wrong?
Yeah.
Apart from being on a television that you can, again, turn off.
Yeah.
So, shouts to Rosie Jones. Love, prayers, and well-wishing. I know she's fine. Right? It's not easy to read these things, but Rosie is definitely a strong person, picks herself back up again and goes, I'm going to go out and do what I love doing because there are people that love me. She's that person. So I can't wait for when she has more, like, she'll talk about this on stage and you know, it'll be great.
Yeah.
It'll be great. She's like, there are some people who are just horrible, like in general. And you can understand that even if they are funny or great, there could be deplorable people. She is the total opposite of that.
Yeah.
Not a bad word to say about her. So anyone who's got an issue has to look at themselves. Anyway,
I agree.
What's next?
Let's go for something a bit lighthearted, I guess. The couple who sold everything to live on cruise ships the rest of their lives.
I hear this, you know.
I mean, you've probably experienced it. You've probably met people.
So I've done cruise ships where I've met people that live on cruise ships.
Yeah.
Or they do long cruises for long periods of time. I don't know if I could do it, but I'm not old enough to get to that point where I can live on a cruise for the rest of my life.
A cruise is that good? I've never been on one. I mean, you're a cruise connoisseur now, so I don't know.
Cruises are dope.
Are they?
So
really good?
Virgin, for example.
Yeah.
You go on the galley, they have food every day, non-stop, all day. Available. You get up, there's breakfast, there's lunch, there's dinner, there's loads of different places you can go, different restaurants you can eat at, and you get to get off the ship every few days as well. Yeah. So it's a constant holiday. It's like a moving holiday home. Loads of people do it. There's some ships that do it that sail all over the world, and they go to like near Antarctica, I think. No, near Antarctica.
Yeah.
And they go up as well to like South Africa, South America, then up around. It's like they do a big circle around kind of the Pacific.
Yeah.
Pacific or Atlantic? Pacific, yeah. Cool. So they do things like that regularly and people live on them. And the cabins you can live in, they're like, imagine a hotel suite where you got more than one room.
Like a kitchen and...
Kitchenette.
Yeah.
But why would you need a kitchen? You can go to the galley to get food as well.
Good point, yeah.
Kitchenette. I don't know. Like a living room area and bedroom and bathroom. That is bigger than some people's houses in the UK. So to do it, not that crazy. But you have to be at an age where you're like, I'm not missing anything on land.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm there yet. Plus as well, I say this on stage, being at sea, like boats and ships, I've worked on them before. It ain't for me, man. Ain't for me. Again, not for the historical reason. But something about something moving non-stop all the time.
Yeah.
It just ain't for me.
Does it? What? It actually just keeps moving? Obviously it stops when it like...
at dock, yeah.
Yeah.
When the weather's rough, you feel it.
Oh, wow. Right.
You do feel it.
I don't know why. I just assumed it literally just stood there sometimes at sea and just waited.
No, 22 miles per hour.
Really? Wow. Okay.
I've been on one where a helicopter's had to come and airlift someone off because they got really, really sick.
Oh, wow.
So the ship stopped and you look outside and it is pitch black.
Yeah.
Nothing. You only see the ocean near you because of the lights from the ship.
Oh, no.
Other than that, there's nothing. There's no lights. It's just sea. People that get stranded at sea, that must be one of the scariest things ever.
I think about that a lot. I cannot tell you. Like, I think I saw this video once where this guy was working on a submarine. He's opened the door. You can't see anything. It's like the most darkest thing in the world. And
I just want to highlight something you said.
Yeah.
If you open a door in a submarine...
Sorry, was it I don't know what it was. I maybe that was probably a poorly...
if you open a door in a submarine, I think that's the last thing you'll do. I don't know. I could be wrong here. But if you open the door in a submarine, I have a feeling that submarine stopped working like a submarine. A door, yeah?
And what was also bad as well is I've just remembered Dave Chappelle's...
the submersible thing, yeah.
joke as well. Oh my God. Sorry. I really need to stop talking about how good that special was.
Nah, it's cool.
It was great. But yeah, I don't know. It was probably just a poorly captioned video then. It wasn't a submarine. It was something at sea. But yeah, it was just pitch black. And like, I could not imagine anything worse than, like, imagine like the survivors, like even the people that fell off the Titanic. Because you just imagine like how dark it was out there. And,
how cold it would have been as well.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, honestly.
Sold everything. But I mean, when we say sold everything, you see when people say that caption, sold everything. Yeah. If they sold their home to buy a cabin on a cruise, you've sold a house for a house. Yeah. It's not really selling everything.
You're not selling all the clothes off your back and, you know.
I mean, they may have done some of that too. But if I sell this house to buy another house, that would be selling everything to buy another house.
Yeah.
People don't understand that when these people live on cruises, they live in an apartment that is serviced, that belongs to them, that is their cabin. They don't just go from like ship to ship. Some do, but even if they do, if you're in your retirement years, so what?
Yeah.
Like doing a cruise a year, it's gonna cost some money.
Oh yeah.
But I'm guessing it's gonna be cheaper than maybe a 10-day, 12-day cruise. Trying to do the maths here. It's not gonna, if you have a cruise where it's one of the no frills ones, but you can eat, live, and there's food and stuff on the cruise and stuff, it's doable.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't do it. You're selling everything to live somewhere else, but the way you're living, it's like caravan. People drive around any way they want to go with the caravan.
Yeah.
It's the same with the ship, obviously, but you don't have control as to where it goes. Scroll down, let me see. John and Melody Hennessy.
Great second.
That says everything I need to know. Everything I need to know is in those 4 words, right? I'm not going to read any further, but I guarantee you, American.
Yep.
I guarantee they're going to be from, I'm going to say Florida.
Yep.
They're already older. We already know that. They're older because they've sold everything. And I guarantee either they have kids that are raised and so on, or they're like people that got married in the last 10 years after raising everybody. All right, let's read on. Here we go. John and Melody Hennessy plan to spend the rest of their lives cruising around the world, and they reckon it could be as much as half as expensive as their life on land. That could be true. The couple, originally from Florida,
nice,
sold almost everything they owned 3 years ago, including their main business and their home, and bought a motorhome to travel around the United States. Yep. But then John, 76, got tired of driving, and Melody, 64. Hold on. Is that a wedding date on camels? No, it's not. They saw the advert on Facebook for a 274-day cruise with Royal Caribbean, and their journey to be permanent life at sea began.
274 days.
Yeah. So how they do it, it's not that the cruise is you pay for 274 days and that's all they sell. People go in there for like a week because it will go around in a circle at different docks and stuff, different parts of the Caribbean. You'll go to that dock there, that dock here, and so on for maybe a 2-week rotation, and then do it again, and then again, and then again. The rest of those days, the rest of the other, 91 days that they're not at sea would be hurricane season.
All right.
So they wouldn't go, that's looking at maybe the summertime, between maybe May, April, and maybe August, something like that. April and June, July, maybe July, August, I'd say. Those days, it wouldn't go because it's hurricane season. They might still live on the cruise because it might be docked, or they may come off and live somewhere else on the road like they would have done with their caravan. Scroll down.
That camel, by the way. Great.
They're currently cruising Dominican Republic as part of the latest in a series of long-term sailings, which have taken them to places including Australia, New Zealand, and the South Pacific. I've done it, but not on Royal Caribbean. I've done it on Virgin. But while their new life is more exciting, they say it is cheaper too. I believe that.
Yeah.
We now have a telephone bill, a ship bill, and a few credit card bills for when we go ashore, but that's it. Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to buy no food or anything.
They don't have to drive. I can tell you how expensive driving is.
No, but food is more expensive because you've got to feed 2 people. Imagine how much you spend a month on food. Takeaway, food for the house, etc.
Yeah.
They pay none of that. That's all included in their ship bill.
Yeah.
It's all inclusive. You eat as much as you want. Gym, they'll have a gym on there.
Yeah.
TV, activities, etc. They may pay for Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Scroll down.
I'm starting to consider this myself now.
You won't want to do it. We no longer have a mortgage. We no longer have vehicle insurance, property insurance, utilities bills, the list goes on. We are certain cruising is cheaper.
Oh, wow.
We'll see. We'll see. Keep scrolling down. I want to know how long they've been together. At the moment, their life is planned in monthly chunks as they hop from ship to ship. They do it that way. See?
All right. See.
So they live out their suitcase. It's doable. It's like living in a hotel room.
Yeah.
I know people that there are cruises around the world which people live on permanently.
Wow. That's...
There's one that I got told about. It's, mate, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a cruise where it's not advertised, but people live on that cruise.
That's crazy. I mean, like, I actually assume that people would get bored of that sort of thing, but...
For someone who's been, I've been on ones for a month. I've been on ones for 10 days. I've been on ones where it was 10 days at sea. No stopping.
Yeah.
It's 22 miles per hour crossing the ocean. It took 10 days from Bahamas to Portugal. It was a lot. Have a look at the room. Look at the room.
Oh.
So it's like a bedroom, hotel room kind of thing.
Yeah.
See, look, the cabin, inside cabin starts from 99,000.
Oh my God.
That's for 274 days.
Okay. No, that's...
So it's a 600, hold on 1 second. And that is not forgetting the the monthly fee of 6,369.
Okay.
That's the ship that's being constructed where people can actually just live on.
Oh, right. Wow, okay.
That is wild. It's got see, look, it'll be bigger than traditional cruise. Scroll down, they got pictures of one they're building, right there, with a kitchenette.
Oh, wow.
That's one of the ones with a balcony. It's not bad. It's nice.
Put down bed in the living room for guests.
That is nice. Seeing the sea every day.
Yeah.
It's nice. That novelty. Bro, a week and a half. Done.
Yeah.
Done. I think it's a joke. A week and a half, I'm done. Put me back on land.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think I could do it for too long either. You'd eventually hate the sea.
You would. I'm done. Like, I did it 10 days at sea when I saw nothing but sea. The amount of times all of us doing that crossing, staring at the ocean like we need to see land, or we need to see something.
Yeah.
We saw a whale, the whole ship, one side of the ship, staring at this whale.
Wow.
Because we'd seen nothing but ocean.
Yeah, yeah.
10 days. I performed 4 times in those 10 days. So even then, the rest of the time, I'm just training. I'm working out. I'm doing writing. That was April. That was a lot. All right. What's next, man? Big up them. Well done. I hope they well done. It's very comfortable for you lot to have that kind of lifestyle.
Let's go with this one. So apparently, you know the term beer goggles. Apparently, scientists have proven that is not true.
I'm spending minimal time on this. All right, beer goggles. Let me guess. Beer goggles is when you get drunk and then someone is more attractive.
Yeah, basically. You know, like...
And there are scientists in a world where we're running out of resources, climate change is a big thing. There are scientists that have dedicated their time to figure out if being drunk makes somebody more attractive or not.
Pretty much.
This screams of money wasting.
Oh, yes.
Universities of Portsmouth questioned 99 men and women aged between 18 and 62 in a pub to test how people rate looks after a few drinks. Respectfully, Portsmouth. Portsmouth. I mean, that's already a failed study. Shout out to Portsmouth. I don't know if I'm touring there, so if I am, it's a great place. If I'm not there touring, Portsmouth. But the study published in the Journal of Psychopharmacology found that while alcohol did impair face symmetry detection, it did not influence judgment of attractiveness. I don't know how that could be the case. If your face looks more symmetrical, I don't
know. I disagree with this. 100%. Like
I've never been drunk, so I can't answer.
What? Never?
Never been drunk.
Never been drunk
I don't drink like that.
Oh, do you not?
Ever since I was old enough to drink, I was also a driver.
Yeah.
So anytime going out somewhere, I would always know 1 or 2 drinks max, and that's it. Very responsible drinker. Even at Carnival.
Yeah, yeah.
I go Carnival, I have a drink. I have something to eat in the morning, and have a drink, and have a bottle of water. Have a drink.
Yeah.
Have something to eat. Have a bottle of water. Have a drink. Bottle of water.
I see you staying level. Like, yeah.
For the whole day, I've had loads of drink.
Yeah.
But I've watered it down, and I've lined my stomach, and I've spread out my drinks. So by the time it's digesting, water's going in my system.
Crazy.
By the time that's digesting,
and
that's already kicked out, the next drink's coming in, and that's going to take a while before that hits my bloodstream.
So you never had like a hangover or anything like that then?
Don't know what a hangover feels like.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Not great.
I know what it feels like to be dehydrated when you wake up, but not from a hangover.
Yeah.
I drink and I stop. My friends all tried to get me drunk.
No, good, man.
And I just
cave into that peer pressure.
Mate, and look, you see those drinks that are there?
Yeah.
They've been there for time. I've had bottles and stuff. Like, the rum that's on the shelf there, that's been there. Bruv, that could all be from before the room got decorated.
I ain't gonna lie. I first come in and I saw that and I was like, oh, you're a big drinker then.
Have you not noticed that when you first come in here, that's not moved?
Yeah, that's a good point.
The levels of that has not moved. Mate, I'm upset that I don't have enough water to put in that mini fridge. I'm not a drinker like that. So beer goggles, I don't know. Yeah, I've had a drink. Maybe I've been tipsy, but I've never been like dry.
Yeah.
And I think being tipsy does... I don't think it makes other people more attractive. It makes you more confident that even if someone else is attractive, you can look into the good in them.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen it. Like, as a man who's attracted to women, I might see a woman with a curvier body, big chest or something.
Yeah.
But her face is challenged. Respectfully. Respectfully, of course. And if her face is challenged, when I'm sober, I'm like, come on, Aurie, allow it. But you have a couple of drinks and you're like, hey, breasts.
Yeah.
And I'm sure women do it as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Women do it. They see a guy and they're like, his face is challenged. Ugh. But after a couple of drinks, they're like, what?
Yeah.
Wallet. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, geez.
All right. Yeah, all right. Well,
all right.
University of Portsmouth, well done. One we should have done earlier on, this is a bit deeper. Okay. Gypsy Rose Blanchard released early from US prison. Now, I threw this in here. Did you know this happened?
So, someone told me about this the other day, and
Did you not know anything about this?
No, nothing at all.
So all right, for those who don't know, Gypsy Rose, it was a victim of her mother's disorder, which was Munchausen syndrome by proxy.
Yeah.
Munchausen is basically when you are somebody who is a hypochondriac of when it comes to medical conditions or problems that you might have. When you have Munchausen, you almost make yourself sick by believing that you're sick and then convincing yourself you're sick and then taking drugs and stuff to heal sicknesses you don't have, and then in turn potentially making yourself sick. But Munchausen syndrome, that's when it's for you. By proxy is when you do that to somebody else. So it's often found in parents. I know a girl who has had a mild case of that with her mother. We'll never say her name, but her mother always used to tell herself that she herself was sick. And then when the kids clocked on to her not being sick, she then tried to convince two of them that they were sick.
Oh, right. Jeez.
Yeah, she had to seek some serious medical help and attention, etc. So did the kids. But this one was a wild case. So Gypsy Rose, who was the daughter of Dee Dee, I think?
Dee Dee Blanchard.
Dee Dee Blanchard, yeah. So it was Gypsy Rose was her name. Gypsy Rose Blanchard and then Dee Dee Blanchard, right?
Yeah.
Dee Dee, all right, let me tell you the basic story. Dee Dee had Munchausen by proxy syndrome and made her daughter believe she was sick, had cancer, had all kinds of ailments, couldn't walk, had her gallbladder removed, had her teeth removed, was giving her daughter like drugs that you would give to animals that would keep her sick. And the reason she was doing that, one, I think it was a sense of I don't want to be lonely without my child if she moves out the house. There's a certain reliance that she could have, but mainly two, for the money.
Yeah.
The money that she would get from having a disabled child or having a sick child from the government is what she was also making sure her child was. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Scroll down on this, right? Because it ain't got deep. She looks mad different now, boy. Jeez. In fact, go up to the first the first picture when she was younger, and then scroll down. That's her
on the left
with no teeth. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's her now. There's dentures she has, right?
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something. The story gets worse. So after Gypsy finds out that she's not sick.
Yeah.
Later on, she finds out that she's not sick because she was in a wheelchair, couldn't walk because of the drugs her mum was giving her.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember how it is she found out she was not sick, but Gypsy got a little boyfriend. Right?
Yeah.
Now, this boyfriend was, if I'm correct, he had some kind of, I think he was a certain level of autistic.
Okay.
They fell in love, but what love could be with somebody who has been manipulated and made to be sick for a long time, and then someone who's autistic, they connected on the level that you often see happen with people that can share they have certain afflictions. But respectfully, Gypsy took the absolute mick because Gypsy, long story short, after hating her mum, after what she did, convinced her boyfriend to kill the mum.
Wow.
So the boyfriend, again, very impressionable.
Yeah.
I think first girlfriend he's got, very impressionable. Also hearing about the affliction that Gypsy went through. The boyfriend goes to the mum's house, takes a knife, kills the mum gruesomely.
Oh, wow. He actually killed her.
Gruesomely.
Right. Jeez.
Not only did he kill her, he then wanted to violate the body.
Seriously?
It was very, very dark. You
Wow.
need to watch the documentary. I think it's called The Act.
The Act.
Yeah, you need to watch it. It's very, very dark, right? Or the biopic or whatever it was. It was dark, right?
Yeah.
Then they went on the run.
Oh, okay.
He didn't do anything to the body because Gypsy stopped it. Said, "I think that's too far,"
Oh.
which is wild. Which is wild.
God.
Respectfully, kill my mum, but don't violate the body. That's wild. And that's what happened. So Gypsy goes on the run with this boyfriend. Right? Stop laughing.
Sorry.
It's wild.
She was there. Did she see it? Like, she saw the stabbings. Oh, no,
I don't know. I can't remember the ins and outs of that bit. But then, so Gypsy then and the boyfriend, I can't remember his name. Find the boyfriend's name for me. It's on there. They run off, right? They go into running for a little bit. They get found. They go to Nicholas. That was it. Okay. Here we go. So look, he stabbed Dee Dee Blanchard to death with a knife her daughter gave him, and the pair fled the scene. So she was there.
Oh, wow.
Right? They were arrested hundreds of miles away in Wisconsin where Nicholas lived. He is serving, now watch this, he's serving a life sentence without parole. Gypsy got like 15 years.
Oh, okay.
So, no, she got 10 years
Yeah.
and served 7.
Right.
Hear the wickedness. She's now out. Not only is she out, she's got an ebook coming out. She's also got married.
Wow.
Not to the guy.
Yeah.
Because the guy is doing life.
Yeah, he's toast.
He's toast without parole because of the nature of how heinous the crime was.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he shouldn't do life. But I'm saying if he can get a life without parole, Gypsy can at least get 30. Right? She got 10 because she wasn't the one who actually killed, but she manipulated him into killing her. He provided the weapon too. Right? And provide the motive because of what had happened to her. They gave her 10 years. She's done 7 and now she's out. She came out a couple of days ago. Hurts me to say this, right?
Yeah.
It really does. But fellas, respectfully, firstly, what had happened to the mum is horrible. What the mum did to Gypsy Rose, horrible. Yeah. Right? But take away that. I've seen this so many times where women are able to get men to do foolishness. This brother's doing life without parole. She's out now on social media selling an ebook with smiling, with whole new teeth and everything, you know. New teeth, new smile, new husband.
Oh my God.
And she obviously has her mum killed.
Yeah.
It is crazy when you think about it. I think both of them should get time, but I think both of them should get the same kind of level of time with an understanding of the fact that he was not right of mind, apparently.
Right. Okay.
And she was definitely not right of mind after everything the mum had done to her. But that should have been taken into account for both of them.
So hold on. She's been in. It was a 10-year sentence, but she only served 7.
Yeah.
So she's out now.
She's out now.
Right. Okay.
Brother, she's selling an ebook.
That's crazy.
Scroll down. Let me see.
Honestly, these streets ain't safe. Like, you can't have someone like that. Like,
watch this. While in prison, she gave a number of interviews detailing her mother's abusive behavior, and a memoir she wrote while behind bars is due to be published in January. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a recent interview with People magazine.
Wow.
She said, nobody will ever hear me say, I'm glad she's dead or I'm proud of what I did. I regret it every single day. I hear that. Dee Blanchard allegedly abused her daughter for years by convincing her that she was disabled and required medical support. She told People that Blanchard had multiple conditions, including epilepsy, vision impairments, and muscular dystrophy. She's received support from charities and sought treatment from dozens of doctors, often portraying her daughter as younger than she actually was and subjecting her to unneeded medical treatments. Bear this in mind. So she's 32 now. She got arrested 7 years ago, right? So 32 minus 7 is what? 25, bro. Come on, you could do that.
My maths is so bad, honestly.
It's 25, right?
Yeah.
25. Let's say 2 years of trials and stuff like that. 23 from when her mum had killed her. Sorry, when she had killed her mum or had her mum killed. 23, right? All through her late teens and her early 20s, she has been dealt with as if she has a problem, right?
Yeah.
But the mum portrayed her to be like 11, 12 when she was like 20 and younger than that when she was younger, and made her sick pretty much all her life to claim money from charities. She used a wheelchair, feeding tube, and oxygen tank, even though she could walk and had no health issues. She later said her mother kept her weak and isolated. Blanchard soon became more interested in the outside world, making a dating profile and meeting Nicholas. I wanted to be free of her hold of me, she said during Nicholas's trial. I talked him into it. She reached a plea deal with prosecutors due to the abuse she had suffered, which meant a 10-year sentence in exchange for pleading guilty. Wow. Bless you. That better not be in your hand and wiping on knees, bruv.
Yeah, it might be. I'm worse than that guy on the plane now.
Oh, God. What did you sneeze into?
My hand.
Someone like,
is that anti-back?
No, it's not, bruv.
All right. It's my right hand. It's all good. Right, my left hand.
Go wash your hand, man. There's tissue underneath the table as well, but go wash your hand.
There's an anti-back wipe here. Hold on. I'm just going to grab that.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That must be shy. Getting it all ready.
No, that was me.
Right, there we go. Okay, we're clean. We're back.
She reached a plea deal with prosecutors due to the abuse she had suffered. Read that bit. Things are not always as they appear, Sheriff Jim Arnott said in 2015 as he described the case. This is a tragic event surrounded by mystery and public description. I'll tell you who didn't get any interviews though. The man doing life without parole that she asked to kill her mom. That is wild, bro.
No.
I'm not saying that he should not do time. I'm saying they both should. But she took a plea deal and did 10 years and got 10 years and did 7.
That's crazy.
She got new teeth. She's got a new partner. I want to see Gypsy Rose's new partner.
She will get like...
Oh, she's going to make money off of this.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like, she's not something like to be like looked at.
I'm not going to lie, what she got put through is a mess.
Oh, yeah, of course. All right. Where is she? Here it is.
Is that with her partner? Gypsy Rose, look at her in that picture.
That's got to be
That's her.
Is that the real one? Oh my God, I thought that was like from the act or something like that.
What? No, that's her.
Oh, that's crazy.
You thought that was like a better...
I genuinely thought that was like an actress playing her.
No,
like
bro, that is Gypsy Rose.
Oh, she's had that glow up since she's come out, isn't she? Jeez.
See, what's Gypsy Rose Blanchard's husband on planning her first real date. She's going to get all gussied up. That sounds right. That sounds nasty.
That's crazy.
Bro, she's married. Look, that's the husband.
Oh my God.
I can't lie. The husband,
Ryan Anderson.
I don't want to judge. I don't want to judge.
Oh my God.
Respectfully, the husband is giving the main culprit in Law and Order SVU. He married her while she was in prison. I never trust when people do that. Oh. If you're someone that you met before you went to prison and then you get married because you know you're coming out, like your girlfriend, and then one you go to prison and you marry and then you come out and you're together still.
Yeah.
I understand that. When someone meets you in prison, like him, I don't trust it. Yeah. I'll tell you why. It almost feels like he couldn't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
And by his face, respectfully, that is absolutely correct.
Oh, gee.
He looks like the inspiration for the guys on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But they were played by handsome people that went to look geeky. Meanwhile, he looks like he doesn't wash his face with.
Oh, no.
He doesn't. I think it's so weird when I see that. He knew what she was about.
Yeah.
Instructed someone to kill her mum. And you looked at that and said, that's a bit of me. Respectfully, that is... May you lot live happily ever after in it, but that looks wild to me, man.
Oh,
who's that?
That's the guy who did it, Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's crazy.
When a man grows his beard... So this is the boyfriend who killed the mum.
Yeah.
I mean, again, respectfully, he looks like he was already going to do that to someone. It's giving my KKK hoodie is in the wash right now. No, can you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That guy looks fresh out of American History X. Like
he really does.
Yeah.
He really does. He's got a beard and moustache like the Lorax and a bald skinhead on the top half. Oh. He looks, mate. So someone did come to speak to him and interview him.
Yeah.
He's doing Life Boy without parole.
Let's see. Oh, there's actually a show, The Prison Confessions of
the
Gypsy
prison.
Rose.
Oh my God, this girl's getting money.
Yeah.
For setting up her mum to get killed.
That's
the Prison
crazy.
Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
That's crazy. It premieres in 4 days' time. That's good.
I ain't watching that. Now, after I've seen The Liberty, I'm not saying free my guy. I'm just saying don't free her so quickly. If she did like 15, cool. My girl did less time than some people are doing for selling weed.
Yeah, true.
To people that wanted weed to be sold to them.
Yeah.
This is a shambles.
Yeah, honestly.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens with Gypsy Rose. Come out with an ebook and then all of a sudden get to a reality TV star. That's wild. What's next? Is that it?
Got one more if I'm going to do this one. So...
this was interesting. So, cops and blubbers. Fury as more than 1,000 cops failed fitness tests in the last year, raising questions over their ability to protect the public. Can I just throw another question?
Yeah.
Are we seriously thinking the reason why police are not able to protect the public is because of their level of fitness and maybe not because of the level of training that they have or have not had? And I don't mean gym training. I'm talking sometimes the way that they handle people. Oh, yeah. That kind of training.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So what we're hearing is cops are fat and they need to get fit. Yeah?
Yes.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I've seen some chief inspectors and their belly be bellying. If I'm a career criminal, which I'm not, even if I'm dressed like one now, if I'm a career criminal, I know I need to know a bit of parkour. I need to be able to lift my own body weight, right? Yeah. I need to be able to run for a period of time, right? These men are in a helmet that's not aerodynamic, shirt, heavy chest chest thing that they got on, trousers, slidey shoes. Brother, you need to get cops that can run an athletic track.
Yeah, genuinely. They need to modernize cops almost.
I think they do, but they won't because it's tradition. It's the image of what a cop looks like. In the States, I saw this guy at the airport right? Full outfit, so on, handgun and so on.
Yeah.
He was a police officer. He looked like he was military.
Yeah.
I would never commit a crime in front of him
or
anywhere near him. If I know he's coming after me, I'm giving up straight away. This guy was military, blood.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all of them are like that because you're going to get some that are not.
For sure.
But with these guys, come on, we all know cops are not.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to run after you in the best of ways possible, dressed like this. Yeah. You see them where some of them, what they'll do is first thing they throw their hat and then they unbutton top bit when they're running and maybe talk through here. Yeah, and the only reason I know that is from Hot Fuzz. Other than that, I've never seen a fit police officer really take out.
Bro, they get that flipping KFC discount and that McDonald's discount. So you're always in. Yeah. I know all about police perks. I'm not a policeman, but I have quite a few friends who used to be. And they like one of them, my guy Sammy, told me some of the perks that he got. And, you know, it's a lot of like KFC, McDonald's. They get those discounts. Which is why you'll probably always see them in like the queues and that there.
Okay, so officers, let me tell you this right now, right? If you failed the fitness test and you get discounts at KFC and McDonald's, 2 + 2 is 4. Do you understand what I'm saying? I bet they don't get discount at Leon. No, I bet they don't. I bet they don't go to the juice bar and get a discount there.
No, I don't think
maybe they should.
Yeah.
How about Pure Gym? Bet they don't get a discount at Pure Gym. No wonder you lot are failing these tests. I'm not trying to rip on these police officers too heavy. Yeah. But for the 1,000 police officers that have failed this test, listen, the idea is you're supposed to serve and protect. Okay? Not be served and eat. Do you understand what I'm saying? Serve and protect.
You know what's crazy as well? It says that they have 3 attempts to do it, so that 1,000 of them have failed like 3 times. So they've had opportunities. I
mean, look at the picture.
Yeah, that's telling. Unless that's a recreation. No, it's not.
No, that look at the brother. I'm walking away from them. I'm not running away from them. That picture is giving the bill, right? You know, like when they walk away on the steps.
Yeah.
But when I'm looking at this, that picture is not giving me because that's epic. Because you see them walking at the end of the bill at pace. What that's giving me is if the music from the bill was look at this, man. Bloody Pop and Fresh and Sherman Club. They're not gonna get after anybody, man. This is wild.
Oh my
Police officers, if you want to serve and protect, please. It starts from home. It starts from home, right? I'm not saying I'm the henchest guy, but you got to be better than this, right? If there's not, bro, have you ever been to a nightclub and you're bigger than a security guard and you're thinking, I'm not asking you for help. If anything, if it kicks off, phone me. Call me, brother. I'll jump out and help you, blood. I see some security men. And I'm looking at them and they're asking me for ID. I'm like, no, brother, you give me ID. You're not even old enough to be in here. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it, man. You don't need to keep the fitness test up, bruv. Honestly, because as far as I'm concerned, if you're here to serve and protect, as much as I'm not against police, I'm not one of those people that go bun the police. They have a role in society that's necessary. Some need to police better, but they have a role in society.
Yeah.
100%. But if I'm supposed to be trusting you with my health and safety, I need you to know what health is.
Yeah.
And then safety.
Yeah.
Because you can't be failing these fitness tests and you're supposed to be able to chase the criminal.
Crazy, innit?
If I call you and I tell you, mate, my life is in jeopardy. Someone's trying to attack me. And then you come over to my house and I go, where are they? And then, so you go, where are they? Sorry. And you go, where are they? And I go, they ran round that corner, officer. And you run after them and they run that corner, run round again and run back to me.
Yeah.
If that person gets to me, like a diamond in a baseball, before you get to them, something's wrong here.
Oh, yeah.
Something's wrong here. How am I going to call you just to watch me get beat up? That's wrong. That's wrong.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, you know, when I was a lifeguard, right, I had to do a fitness test every month. Like, so you have
a lifeguard?
I used to be a lifeguard.
You have to, because you got to swim.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to know how to swim. You got to know how to be able to keep up your fitness in swimming. I understand that.
Bro,
he says while eating a cookie.
Ashamedly, I actually, I passed my MPLQ, got that. And then I got a job offer, and they said, all right, you just need to pass a fitness test. Bro, I failed that the first time. I couldn't do it. I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know what's happened.
What do you have to do?
You have to do 2 lengths in a minute, I think it was. Or is it, no, 2 lengths in 50 seconds?
I can't do 50.
It was quite like, I was like...
I'm like 58.
Yeah, it's like a 2-parter. Like, you got to do 2 lengths in 50 seconds, and there's another bit where you got to tow someone, you got to jump in, swim a length, tow someone back. I was too slow on my toe, and that was like, what, I didn't get the job because of it. But then a month later, I retook it, and I got the job. But what I'm saying is, it's like... it was very demanding. So come on, man. Like, if a police officer like is doing what is the actual thing they're doing? A 3.5 minute bleep test. Oh, okay, right.
Oh, I remember the bleep test. It's like, is it fartlek?
Yeah. What is this?
I think the bleep test is also called the fartlek test. Okay. It's when you run in the gym and then you got to do between the beeps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, fartlek training. Let me see. That's what it's called. Involves random variations in speed and intensity, alternating between bursts of sprinting and stuff. Oh no, fartlek is like hit training.
Oh right, okay.
But it's similar to that.
Yeah.
The beep test is running back and forth. Fartlek is really good. It's basically hit training.
Yeah.
So you run, you know, like the apps, the running apps.
Yeah.
That's fartlek.
Oh, I see. All right. Okay.
All right. What are we saying? How long? Should we wrap this up?
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
Is it still recording on the thing?
Still recording.
Lovely. All right. Before we wrap this up, give me that printout, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you lot to understand something real quick, right? You can bring that to me?
Yep.
All right, cool. Real quick. We are in 2024. Thank you very much. We're in 2024. And for those who don't know, I am touring in 2024. The Orator Tour starts in 1 month's time, the 1st of February, where we hit Brighton. Now, this is where I need to give you lot some real info about the tour. These are the sales reports of my dates. And I'm going to be very honest. Most dates are looking juicy. Some of you lot don't like me. Some of you lot really don't like me at all. Some of you lot are dry. You lot are not respecting the fact that I'm putting on this tour. Do you know what happens? People say to me, when you're touring in my town, put on a show. Yeah. No one buys the tickets, yeah? Happened recently. We did Southport and Newcastle, put on the show. Yeah. No one bought the tickets. Me and the team said, you know what, we'll pull Southport and Newcastle. Ting went viral. The content I did recently went viral. Yeah. Tickets bust everywhere. People hit me up. Where's Newcastle and Southport? Man, shut up, man. You didn't buy them when we had them out there. You don't get to see me in Newcastle and Southport. All right, so the Orator Tour, I got the ticketing report. 1st of January, ladies and gentlemen, I can let you know how we're looking. So I'm going to go in order. Brighton, looking very good. Sold out at Brighton. Southampton, we're halfway down. So you need to pick it up, Southampton. I respect you lot a lot, but you lot ain't respecting me as quickly as I'd like, especially if we've got a month to go. Coventry, not too bad. We got a few more tickets left in Coventry. Leicester, it's a big space. Need you to pick it up a bit more. Leicester, thank you very much. I would really appreciate that. Wellingborough, sold out. Big up Wellingborough, lovely, man. I like that. It's a small room in Wellingborough, but I don't care. You lot filled it up anyway. Guildford, I'm going to pretend like I even know where that is, but Guildford, thank you very much. Oh, I do know Guildford. It's where G Live is. Big up, man. I did G Live when I did Babatunde's tour. So Guildford, man, you lot, there's a few more tickets left. Same with Sheffield, Nottingham. Then we get to Bradford. Now, I know what happened. I've ragged on Bradford a bit too much over the past few years. I call Bradford the Luton of Leeds. Oh, yeah? I've ragged on Bradford a little bit too much, right? Yeah. I've also said Bradford is like if Plimsolls is a town, yeah? But the reason that happens is because when good events like this happen, nobody wants to hit up the events. So that's why you lot need to come and support these events. So we can bring some liveliness and some Nike Air Jordan to your Plimsoll town, okay? Where else is next? Bedford. Bedford is not too bad. I expect Bedford to be good, obviously, now because that's now my local. Bedford's not too bad. Then we go up to Scotland, Glasgow and Edinburgh. It's a little bit, it needs a bit more of a pace there, but I'm not going to rush you lot because I'm afraid of some of you, if I'm honest. They're mad aggressive up there, you know. Nah, man. One person come up to me, right? Beard, big chest, everything. Like, yo, I didn't like what you said about the area that I live in. I said, I'm sorry about that. What's your name? Her name was Kathy. Anyway, Chelmsford, not too bad. I like it, Chelmsford. Salisbury, man, I need some more love there. And I need to know where Salisbury is. Where is Salisbury? It's somewhere.
It's not, yeah, it's somewhere.
I keep reading it at Sainsbury. Manchester, love you lot, man. Pick up the tickets. You lot are doing well. That's in March anyway, so you got a little bit of time. Excuse me, that was not too good. Leeds, man. Come on, Leeds. Leeds. Leeds, thank you, man. I appreciate you. You know what I call Leeds? Leeds is the London to Bradford, which is Luton. These people are going to beat me up, you know. These people are going to hate me. No wonder they want to buy tickets to my show, man. I'm just messing around. Aylesbury, man, you are doing well. Nearly sold out at Aylesbury. Reading, we sold out at that show as well. Glee in Birmingham. Oh, we almost sold out at that one too. I love it. Palace Theatre, we're more than halfway on Palace Theatre, but we could do with some more. That one is in Southend. Love that one. Then we got High Wycombe, big up yourself. We already passed the, we got like a quarter of the tickets left at High Wycombe. Maybe even less than that, actually. Yeah, less than that, sorry. Then we get to the big ones here. Well, not the big ones, but in terms of more numbers that are sold out. Maidstone is nearly like, I think there's maybe about 15 tickets left in Maidstone. So you can go grab them if you want to. That's in April, bro. We're all the way in April right now. We're doing well with the April shows. I said Cardiff and the whole system crashed. So yeah, you lot got some Obia and Juju on my life right now. And I need to rebuke that in the name of Jesus. And I need you lot to buy some tickets. Cardiff, come on, man. You lot, you could do better than this, man. You're Cardiff. You're not Newport. Come on, buy some tickets, man. Comedia Bath, yeah. Okay. Bristol, I love you. You lot are doing well. Leicester Square Theatre in London. Sold out the first show. The second show is almost sold out, so get some tickets out there. Then we got the added dates. Cambridge, love you lot. This early, though, with these added dates. So Cambridge is doing cool. Tickets in Northampton. We moved the Northampton show to the large room. It's doing all good, but these are all in June as well, so we got some time. Norwich Playhouse, big up yourself. Never done you before. We're going to see how we can make this work. Comedia, we're back at you again for Brighton because we sold out the first one, so the second one's available. And we got Crawley. Loads of people in Croydon were like, thank God we can go somewhere that's not too far from us. And when I realised that Croydon is close to Crawley, I almost pulled Crawley. I almost said, nah, bruv. Crawley's roughing its own self, right? But Croydon and Crawley, that is two fronts meeting up, and the weather's going to be rough that day. And then we got Reading again, the second Reading show as well. Big up yourself. These are all in June. Then we got some further announcements coming up for the Orator Tour. So make sure you get your tickets from auriestyla.co.uk. The Orator Tour starts in February 2024. Come on. 1st of February, make sure you get to it. Also, there's going to be some more announcements regarding it that I'm not allowed to say until the whole New Year season is done. So once that's done, those announcements will come into play. Also, you can go to auriestyla.co.uk to get your Aurie Styla merchandise. There'll be stuff on the tour, but you can get your early access stuff from the website alone. There's hats, there's hoodies. There'll be t-shirts on there very, very soon as the tour starts. But yeah, auriestyla.co.uk to get your merch and dies. We're wrapping this up, man. It's getting late. It is the first day of January and the first day of 2024, and I believe my food is gonna be ready, so I need to go upstairs and eat. Trudge, anything you want to announce yourself?
Nope, I'm all good, thank you, man.
That's it.
Yeah, I've got nothing to say. Oh, apart from that, the fact your Christmas cracker thing was amazing.
Oh, the Christmas crack up was great, innit?
Yeah, so
listen,
good, man.
Those who missed the Christmas crack up, you've seen clips online when we talked about celebrations and stuff and which chocolate's the best. Also, the girl that guessed the Arthur music as Rasta Mouse. What? That was diabolical. Diabolical. Anyway, listen, we got to bounce out. I'm going to wrap this up. It's been a good episode, a long one. Respectfully Podcast. We'll see some changes happen on the Respectfully Podcast over the next few months that we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, but we've got to get ourselves in gear. We're doing it now that we've cleared the busy period of last year, and now we're going into tour period. It's going to be a lot more fun, a lot more stuff that's going on. For you to find out more, just make sure you stay tuned right here and follow us on Respectfully Pod on all social media platforms. My name's Aurie Styla. That is Trudge. We are out of here. Peace.
Respectfully.